What up, folks? I was just thinking about something that happened at a TV show taping some years ago. First, I got to cue the music. Okay, me and my sister used to go to TV show tapings, and a number of them we went. It was at the Paramount Studios on Melrose. Well, back then I lived in the hood. And Paramount Studios, that was like, woo, the white neighborhood. But it's so funny because I live right around the corner from it now. But at the time, I thought it was something, you know, I was going to TV show tapings and watching whatever we watched on TV maybe a month later. So this one time in particular, we were in line. And if you know anything about TV show tapings, when you're in line with your ticket, when a bus comes, and the bus usually picked up people from Hollywood Boulevard, when the charter bus comes and lets people out, they take priority. So if the bus fills the place up, you don't get in. So I remember being in a line a long time because one or two buses came. And I noticed this girl checking me out. And she was kind of cute. She was rather cute. She was with this dude. She's with this kind of a nerdy guy, kind of bookish, quiet guy that probably never will speak up. But I couldn't help but notice she kept staring, and me and her would kind of play little eye games, smiling at each other. And just the whole time we were in line, because, you know, I'm sitting talking with my sister, and she be talking with the guy, but she was paying much more attention to me than she paid to him. We finally got inside the show. You know, you watch how they do the show, how they had to redo certain scenes and all that. And it was a little break time, and I looked up, and the girl was behind me, and she was still kind of smiling and, you know, checking me out. And I'm smiling back at her a couple of times. The guy, it was so obvious. The guy was right there. I mean, we totally disrespected that guy, and I know we did. I would never have allowed anybody to do me what was done to him. I wouldn't have did. I would have left the girl or whatever. But there's no way in hell I would have stayed there. At any rate, you know, TV tape, the show was over and everybody went home. About a year later, I was in Fox Hills Mall. Guess I was at Baskin Robbins. I got my little scoop of ice cream or whatever. And I was sitting on this little bench thing. All of a sudden, this cute girl comes up to me and says, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" And I looked at her and she did look familiar. And I'm like, "You do look familiar." So, you know, we going back and forth. What school did you go to? Where did you work? And blah, blah, blah. We're going back and forth. I didn't know her from Louisiana. I had just finished school at that time. So I was trying to figure out where I knew her from. And like I say, she looked kind of nice. And it was somebody that I kind of wanted to kick with since I was sort of in between at that time. Well, this little girl who was with her, because it was on a Sunday, and I guess they were dressed up like they either come from or going to church. This little girl, "Come on, we gotta go. And, you know, we're still trying to figure out where we know each other from. And finally she said, "Okay, hopefully I'll see you again." I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm watching her as, you know, they're out of sight. And then it hit me. It was the girl from the TV show taping. At that point, I hopped out of my seat. I went running, trying to catch up with her. She was gone. She was gone. Never saw her again. But, you know, I do think about that guy, because we did kind of diss the guy. he's the kind of guy I would have liked to actually hung out with, because I was tired of hanging with, you know, street type guys. And he wasn't street. He just seemed like the kind of guy I would have liked to hung out with. But both of us showed that guy a lot of disrespect that day. But I mean, the girl was checking me out. She was cute, and he was going down as far as I was concerned. It's not the first time that it happened, but this one stood out more because I guess she was, to me, gorgeous. She was real pretty, and you know, you might say, well, if she did it to him, will she do it to you? And you know, I'm like, I'm willing to take that risk. I wanted to see that girl again, but needless to say, never ran into her again. Like I said before, I can take the ball all the way down the field, but it's just getting over that goal line that sometimes that can be the problem. Okay, fade to black.